Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, April 14, 2020. And today we have a full lineup. We are going to be interviewing quite a number of personalities and government officials. We hope to patch up soon with Secretary Carlo Nograles to find out exactly where we are with this expanded community quarantine, find out what is the government going to do with all the pasaways wandering about, and we will also find out what exactly or where exactly are we in the scheme of things, because we want to find out if the date April 30 is an elastic finish line. What sort of finish line? Is there a finish line? And later in the program, we will be talking to a nationally known artist, John Lesaka, who has always had a heart for musicians all over the country. Let's find out how are the artists, the musicians, coping with the situation, because I know in many parts of the world, the musicians have kept themselves busy doing concerts, performances online for free, and we will find out what is the state of affairs for musicians, especially since most of them don't have concerts, performances, or rackets, as they love to refer to them. And of course, we will also have updates from our correspondent. We will be patching up with Justin Punzalan, who I believe is in the Parola compound, because we want to find out what exactly is the situation out there. Word is that Mayor Isko Moreno has shut down a particular barangay. I don't know if that's a Parola compound, because he discovered that people were just doing bingos, gambling, and drinking. We'll find out all about that. For the meantime, we want to update you regarding the headlines. First up, COVID mass testing in Metro Manila begins today. As previously promised by National Action Plan Chief Implementer Carlito Galvez Jr., the government's COVID-19 mass testing is set to begin today. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere said almost 1,500 workers have completed the online biosafety course to implement the mass testing. The health department also has on its side 300 volunteer health workers who will supplement the mass testing staff. Laboratories are also extending operating hours. Currently, we have 15 laboratories and awaiting the certification of 28 more. COVID cases in the country has reached 4,932 with 315 deaths and 242 recoveries. The IATF wants health workers' deployment ban lifted. The Interagency Task Force has recommended the lifting of the deployment ban on health workers after the measure received some criticisms. According to Presidential Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo, those with existing employment contracts will now be allowed to leave. Recall that government officials, including Foreign Affairs Chief Teddy Boy Locsin, have thumbed down the measure, saying it's unconstitutional. The Philippine Overseas Employment Agency, or POEA, meanwhile, defended the deployment ban, saying it was due to the country facing a possible shortage of health workers. President Duterte has been quoted as saying that the constitutional issue applies generally for normal times. But since we are facing a global pandemic, a national crisis, this issue of constitutionality and ban on deployment is not considered a normal concern, and therefore chances are the deployment ban will stay. We won't be clear. We won't know. We'll find out from Carlo Nograles. Third headline for today, Task Force studying selective quarantine. Chief Implementer Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. said the Luzon-wide enhanced community quarantine may be eased into a selective quarantine. This, if the country continues its mass testing, sees an increase in health capacity, an uptick in the recovery rate, and a decrease in the fatality rate due to COVID-19. However, Cabinet Secretary Carlo Nograles said that while that is probable, it is not yet final. Business groups have called for the gradual lifting of the quarantine, which has affected millions of residents in Luzon and thousands of businesses. Next, Secretary Roque, or Lawyer Harry Roque, returns and replaces Panelo as Duterte's spokesman. Lawyer Harry Roque is back as Palace spokesperson, replacing Salvador Panelo, who will be back to his original post of Presidential Legal Counsel. Roque previously left the cabinet after he decided to run for a senatorial seat in the 2019 polls. The Palace says it seeks a new tack on messaging with the return of Roque. However, it did not elaborate on the directive. Next, lawyer asks Supreme Court to compel release of info on President Duterte's health. A lawyer named Dino De Leon has sought the Supreme Court to compel the President, Rodrigo Duterte, to release to the public information about his health. He added that Duterte, in his numerous presidential speeches, appeared to be physically unwell. The Supreme Court nor the Palace has not yet released any statement regarding the petition. And finally, senators backed the sale of military assets for COVID-19 fight. Chairman of Senate Committee on National Defense and Security, Panfilo Ping Lacson, says he supports President Duterte's plan to look for idle government assets and use them to raise more funds for COVID-19. Lacson said these are extraordinary times, calling for extraordinary measures, such as he is open to selling military properties like golf courses inside camps, just as long as military security will not be compromised. And those are the headlines for this morning. We will try to give you more news as they come in. For the meantime, let's connect with our News 5 correspondent, Justin Punsalang. I believe Justin is in the Parola compound in Tondo, Manila. Good morning, Justin. How are you doing?
Yes, dito na dito tayo ngayon sa Parola compound at mamayang gabi, mamayang alas 8 ng gabi ay papatupad dito ang 24-hour total lockdown dito sa barangay 20 Parola compound sa Tondo, Maynila. At kaya naman, mga residente dito sa lugar ay sinasamantala na yung oras na binigay sa kanila para sila ay makalabas at makabili ng kanilang mga kakailangan hanggang bukas.
Justin,
Hapon inilabas sa lokal na pamahalaan ng Maynila ang Executive Order number 19 na nag-uutos ng 4 na oras ng lockdown dito sa barangay na ito. Ito'y matapos mag-viral sa social media ang video kung saan mapapanood ang nasa 100 mga residente kabilang ang mga kabataan na nagkukumpulan para manood at mag-cheer sa isang boxing match. May nakarating ding ulat sa Manila LGU na mayroon ding pabingo sa barangay. Dahil sa paglabag sa enhanced community quarantine ng barangay, itutupad ang 24-hour lockdown sa lugar mula alas 8 mamayang gabi hanggang alas 8 ng gabi bukas, araw ng Miyerkules. Kasabay ng pagpapatupad ang total lockdown kung saan bawal lumabas sa kanilang mga bahay ang mga residente ay mag-iikot din ang Manila City Health Department para magsagawa ng disease surveillance, testing at risk management operations sa barangay. Ibig sabihin ito, sarado rin lahat ng mga at iba pa commercial establishments sa barangay at suspendido rin ang mga aktibidad sa lugar hanggang sa matapos ang lockdown period. Pero ayon kay Manila Mayor Isko Moreno, exempted sa lockdown ang mga residenteng health workers, pulis at militar at iba pang mga frontliners. Tasan din ng pulis mula sa Moriones Police Station na bantayan ng buong barangay dahil mayroon kasing 20 mga papasok area at na census, nasa 41,000 ang mga residente sa lugar. Sita sa paglikot natin dito kaninang madaling, yung mga gates, yung 20 papasok ng mga residential area ng barangay 20 ay nakasarado, pero ito ay bilang pagtugon doon sa umiiral na curfew. Nakausap natin ang mga mula sa Delpan PCP na nakakop dito sa barangay 20 at ayon sa kanila, ngayong umaga pa lamang magsisimula na silang mag-deploy ng mga pulis para magbantay kahit mamayang gabi pa tuluyang ipatutupad ang lockdown. Tito?
okay, Justin, anong klaseng lockdown ang pinag-uusapan natin dyan? Kasi buong Luzon ay naka-lockdown na, pero dahil sa nangyayari dyan sa Barangay Parola, ang ibig bang sabihin yan, walang palalabasin ng bahay, hindi lang yung wala nang pwedeng lumabas at umikot-ikot dyan sa barangay katulad nung nakikita namin dyan sa background mo?
Di ko masyado naintindihan yung tanong mo, pero kung paano ipatutupad yung lockdown, Sito, well, may mga magbabantay dito. Sabi ng taga mga pulis mula sa Delpan PCP, kapag umaga, mula mismo sa headquarters yung magbabantay dito sa area na ito. Doon sa mga gates, yung 20 gates, babantayan nila yon. Tapos may mag-iikot din sa loob nitong residential area para tingnan na hindi talaga lalab ng kani-kanilang mga bahay residente. So, nag-viral na video, yung mga tao ay nasa labas at nagkukumpulan sila. So, simula sa lockdown, mamayang alas 8 ng gabi, dapat nasa loob lang sila ng mga bahay. Bawal lumabas sa kanilang bahay at may mga pulis na mag-iikot para tiyakin na sila ay sumusunod doon sa 24-hour lockdown na inilabas o ipinag-utos ni Mayor Isko Moreno. Sito?
Bakit 24 hours lang o bakit 24 hours? Kasi may mga magsasabi, ano yan, parusa, punishment.
Sito, sa ngayon, hindi pa malinaw kung ano yung magiging parusa o repercussion nung kung may lalabas na mga residente dito sa Parola compound, sa kanilang mga bahay. Ang sigurado lang, baka posible na isa sa magiging option ay huhulihin sila, katulad na lamang ng ginagawa na lang gabi-gabi ng ating mga pulis dito buong Maynila, nahuhulihin yung violate ng curfew, ilalagay sila sa isang lugar at sa kinabukasan pa sila i-release. Pero sa ngayon, kung ano yung specific na repercussion o parusa ay hindi pa malinaw, batay na rin doon sa inilabas na statement hapon ni Manila Mayor Isko Moreno. Sito?
Anong magiging epekto nito sa mass testing ng City of Manila? Puro ba lockdown na lang at testing ang mangyayari?
Sito, sa pahayag ni Manila Mayor Isko Moreno, nagkakaroon ng assessment dito sa loob ng Parola compound kung yung kanila bang mga residente ay merong sintomas ng COVID-19. Titingnan nila kung may mga high risk, sino-sino yung mga high. So assessment, testing din sa BCDA para malaman kung meron na bang kumalat o kumalat na ba sa lugar yung COVID-19 dito sa Barangay 20 Parola compound.
Okay. Maraming salamat, Justin Punsalan, and please take care of yourself. You are being one of our frontliners, and please stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy. God bless you, Justin.
Thank you, Sito. Same to you.
Okay, that was Justin Punsalang at the Parola compound, and that just shows us the frustration faced by local government officials as they try to implement this expanded community quarantine. We have had reports of people having illegal cockfights, bingos. There you go in Parola, they had a boxing match. And you can just imagine how frustrated Mayor Isko Moreno is. Now, let's go to our first official for the day, an official interview with an official. We have with us BCDA President and CEO Vince Dizon. We hope we can get him on board this morning. Vince, are you there?
Yes, Tito. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Morning.
Okay, good morning. And I presume you seem to be looking as cool as ever, as relaxed as ever. I hope everyone in the family is okay.
Yes, thank you po. Awa po ng Diyos. And same to you, Sir Tito. Sana po everyone is okay in your family and of course yourself.
Okay. Now, just wanted to get an update from you because isa ka dun sa mga low-profile officials. Hindi ka masyadong umi-ere, but interestingly enough, you have been in front of this battle from the very beginning. You were the one who suggested the use of the athletes' village for a quarantine of our repatriate OFWs. Tapos, ikaw rin yung tumutulong ngayon dito sa pagtatayo ng mga mass quarantine facility. So congratulations, and we really appreciate your work. Now, may we know what exactly is going on right now? You put up some facilities, mass quarantine facilities in Clark and elsewhere. Can you please give us an update?
Yes, Sir Sito. Basically, I think the quarantine facilities, as explained by our Chief Implementer Secretary Charlie Galvez, this is really part of the overall strategy to combat COVID-19. As you know, the President made a very firm and bold decision in about a month ago to really have a aggressive lockdown. And even prior to that, in February, I think it was the Philippines who was one of the first to shut down flights and incoming flights from China. And I think these two very decisive measures were ones that really have benefited the country in terms of limiting the spike in the number of COVID-19 infections since this all started early this year. And I think in the briefing last night of Secretary Dominguez, I think it was the World Bank who told Secretary Dominguez that those two measures alone were able to prevent up to 100,000 infections that we could have had if not for those two major decisions that the government and the president made. Now, but we cannot stop with just that. Those two major decisions essentially allowed us time to prepare for the continuous onslaught of this virus. And part of that preparation are these quarantine centers, Sir Cito. No?
Okay.
And this is not new po. Now, if we look at other countries who are working so hard to address this crisis, they're also doing the same thing. You look at New York, for example, they're building temporary hospitals everywhere from the Javits Center, even in Central Park, they're building temporary hospitals there. And you see it in Europe, you see it all over Asia. And we're doing the same thing po, and following the same guidelines and the same standards set by the WHO and also our Department of Health. The idea, Sir Cito, is I heard your news report earlier that we started mass testing today, as promised by
Yeah.
Secretary Alves. Those two tactics, actually go hand in hand, Sir Tito. Sir Cito.
Okay.
While we do mass testing, we will need to ensure that both those who are still under observation or suspect, and those that have tested positive have to be quarantined very strictly. They have to be taken out of the communities and brought into facilities where they can be monitored, they can be taken care of, especially if they have more severe symptoms. And thirdly, we can ensure that they comply with the mandatory days required for quarantine. Because if we can't do this, then we will have a huge problem of continuous community spread. So this is critical po. That's why the President and Secretary Galvez has really instructed Secretary Villar and us to really fast track the construction of all these quarantine facilities, especially in Luzon, wherein most of the cases are right now. So that is the strategy that the team of Secretary Galvez has in place right now. And it is a very sound strategy. And right now, we're just trying to execute and implement it po as fast as we can.
Okay, you've made a very good point because I personally, and I think a lot of people did not make the connection there. We treat the news items and the announcements separately. Great, we have mass testing, but we didn't really realize that once we do mass testings and we have the mass results and we have a lot of PUIs or suspects, we're going to need a place to isolate them. So you guys are there. You're trying to stay one step ahead of the ball game. My next question, Vince, is where exactly are these in Pampanga or in Clark? Because no one can go out, and even we in the media, we don't really want to go out. We all have our passes, PCOO passes, but you don't want people accusing you, namamasyal lang ang media. So we're clueless. For the record, where are these locations? How big are they? How many bed capacities are they?
We have already completed 4 sites, Sir Cito, in NCR. They are the Ninoy Aquino Stadium and the Rizal Stadium, both in the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex in Manila. Then we have the PICC and the World Trade Center. All proximate to each other, mga halos 1 kilometer away lang po yung apat na yan.
Okay.
Total capacity for those 4, which were completed essentially in roughly a week's time, is 1,000 beds. 1,000 beds po yan. We are now in the process of expanding in NCR immediately into 2 additional sites. One that will address the needs in the south. So we started construction in the PhilInvest tent in Alabang, in Muntinlupa, which can service both Muntinlupa, Las Piñas, and even Parañaque. That's more than 100 beds. And then we also started yesterday in the Philippine Sports Arena in Ultra, which can also accommodate more than 100 beds. I think about 150 beds.
Yeah.
And then
I hope
sorry
you
po.
can.
Go ahead po.
I hope you can fast track the one in Philippine Sports Arena, because yesterday morning we interviewed Lito Sakilayan of the director of the Rizal Medical Center, and apparently there are two types of needs as far as the quarantine areas go. One is, more importantly, patients who are indigent patients and can't go back to their communities to recover, kasi kung babalik lang sila doon, magkakasakit sila ulit, or magkakahawahan ulit. So they're appealing for a relocation site for these indigent patients. And Phil Sports Arena, which is actually very near where we live also, is ideal, and it's fenced, it's guarded, and magandang containment area talaga.
Yes, sir. We started yesterday po. DPWH started the construction yesterday, and they estimate they can complete it by Friday.
Okay.
So it will be online, and we're also in coordination with the local government units. However, Sir Cito, it's
Go
also
ahead.
important to note that while we're not yet completing, we haven't yet completed some of the sites all over Metro Manila, the initial 1,000 beds in Rizal PICC and World Trade Center are actually available for all the 16 cities and the municipality of Pateros in Metro Manila. So we have already allocated space for the cities and the municipality of Pateros in those 4 sites. So even while waiting for the sites in Pasig, in the south, or in Quezon City, they can already send patients in coordination with the DOH regional office to these sites. But of course, we are constantly expanding these sites, and after Pasig and then Muntinlupa, we are also planning to expand already in the next few days in Quezon City, which has the most cases in the entire country. And also, we already started yesterday the building of a mega quarantine facility in the Philippine Arena in Bukawe, Bulacan.
Okay, so that is pushing through, and what is the situation there? Because there are some communities or barangays who seem to be freaking out, who are scared and all that. What are we doing in terms of at least reassuring those communities na hindi naman to delikado, hindi to makakasama sa kanila. It's just really a just in case situation.
Yes, we really understand po the concerns of the communities, but we want to assure everyone that these sites will be very, very tightly secured, meaning no one can go in and out of these facilities. Only the authorized security officials. Actually, even the frontliners are going to be contained in the facilities themselves. No, because obviously, they are also exposed to the patients because they have to care for the patients. But we have designed the facilities in such a way that we are protecting not only the patients, but also equally, if not more important, we're protecting our frontliners. So there are also facilities that house them within the quarantine areas, but of course in what they call safe or clean zones, no, yung hindi po sila may infect, no. Kasi po lahat ng mga i-house dito sa mga facilities na to ay COVID positive na, but only with mild symptoms or asymptomatic patients. So we can assure our communities po that they will not they have nothing to worry about. No, these will be very tightly secured facilities by both the PNP and the armed forces.
Okay, in terms of supplies and logistics, I mean, at this stage, there are so many Filipinos, regular Filipinos who want to help. Wala na kaming magawa sa bahay, gusto na naming tumulong. Are we setting up a system or a network? Because people want to send food stuff, want to send toiletries. Paano makakatulong ang mga mamamayan? Is there a go-to place? Kasi parang, I hate to say it, but people can't seem to have don't seem to have a connection with the OCD, the Office of Civil Defense. Medyo parang naghahanap sila ng, like BCDA. Wala ba kayong office na pwedeng puntahan or padala ng gamit, etc.?
Sir, it's a great point po you mentioned. Before I get into the donations, I just wanna also let you know and thank everyone. The effort to contain the virus has really been a major a major work of cooperation between the private sector and government. And one clear example of this are these quarantine facilities, because a lot of them, unknown to many, have actually been paid for and done by the private sector. For example, the Rizal Memorial complexes have all been paid for and done. The construction of those facilities have been paid for and done by the Razon Group, no, the group of Mr. Ricky Razon, and they have paid for that on their own. No, without
Okay.
any government assistance. No, they just volunteered and said, "We want to help. We're going to build that for you so that the DPWH can focus on other places." For PICC, EEI, one of the biggest construction companies in the country, and Vista Land of the Villar Group helped the DPWH put that up. The World Trade Center was put up by the Ayala Group and ICCP, who owns and operates World Trade Center. So it's a lot of people coming in and really contributing a lot to this effort. Having said that, Sir Cito, that's a great idea. I will right now, as you know, the donations right now are being fed into a system through the Office of Civil Defense. But I will talk to Secretary Galvez right after this call, sir, and maybe we can set up a system whereby ordinary citizens can send food, can send bed sheets, mga kumot, toiletries to our patients in our quarantine facilities. And we will
Is there
yes.
Is there, Vince, is there a like online network or registration point? Because I know, like in our church, in Every Nation Victory Christian Fellowship, we've opened up our main facility in BGC for the medical workers of St. Luke's and RMC. I know there are many churches, CCF, they're also doing the same thing. And I think it's just a question of having a network or an online registry available para malaman ninyo ano meron ako, ano ang mabibigay namin, or paano kami makakatulong. Because, I think it's going to be a very useful therapy para sa mga Pilipinong nabuburyong na who are, just really going stir crazy and feeling a sense of uselessness, not being able to help in the war of their lives.
Sir Cito, that's a fantastic idea po. And as you said, the way to do it really is to try to decentralize and partner with various, social civic groups, churches, and other organizations throughout Luzon and throughout the country to be able to collect assistance from ordinary citizens. And it's a brilliant idea, sir. And I'll take that up immediately with Secretary Galvez. So maybe we can partner with some of the social civic groups and the NGOs and the churches so that people can send directly to these quarantine facilities.
Okay,
Tama-tama po, nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo. So we'll do that right away, sir.
Okay, now my next issue, Vince, I would just want a quick question. I don't know if we have enough time for it, but I wanted to find out, moving forward, do we have a team? Is there a government body that is now studying seriously what will be our new normal be? Because I was thinking of you and BCDA, and I was saying to myself, it's a perfect location to have a controlled environment for business. Because right now, we're quarantined Luzon, we need to go back. We need to have business again. We need to run the companies, but that can only be done under a business under quarantine environment. Is there someone or is there a body studying this? Is BCDA mulling over this already? Because what happens 2 weeks from now if God willing we lift the quarantine. What will work life be for all of us?
Yes, sir. I think the right now the economic team led by Secretary Dominguez, with Secretary Mon Lopez of DTI and NEDA and the other economic managers are already thinking through our new normal, as you said, especially for the economy. Um, Things are going to be very, very different even after we eventually lift or relax the enhanced community quarantine, as you said, no. But you're absolutely right, po. And in fact, here in Clark, we're already starting to think about those things. Think right now, as you know, under the enhanced quarantine rules, some businesses are allowed to remain in operation, such as key manufacturing, as long as they follow very, very strict protocols. For example, po, under the resolutions of the IATF on enhanced community quarantine, manufacturing companies can continue to operate under a skeletal force if, number one, they can house their workers within the site. So in the case of Clark, they are within the Freeport zone. So you have a lot of our manufacturing companies who have actually contracted some of the hotels and have actually, since they're closed anyway, they can't accept tourists. They've actually housed their workers in some of the hotels. And also, some are providing point-to-point shuttle systems where they pick up their employees from their homes around the area and then bring them to the factory site. So these are all things that we're already doing now to some level of effectiveness. Of course, it's very difficult to do because there's obviously not enough rooms and it's very difficult to pick up, say, 5,000 workers from their homes. But on a smaller scale, at least our manufacturers are able to operate. So these are things that we're trying to do now, and hopefully through the guidance of our IATF and the economic managers, we can slowly find ways to move to this new normal that we're all anticipating in the coming months. Because this is not going to this is going to take some time before we actually go back to the way things were, as we say.
Okay. Well, I think that's all we need to take up of your time because I know you're a very busy person. We hope that you will carry on with your commitment, with your efforts, and that you will stay safe, stay strong, and stay healthy. And may God bless you, Vince, and all of your staff there. Please, we pray that they will all be safe and that they will all be healthy. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Sir Cito. God bless you, po. God bless you, your family, and the family of One News.
Okay, that's Vince Dizon, the president CEO of BCDA. We at least got some good news from him. Next, we will go to our next interview right now, and I when I heard about this gentleman. In how do you call it? Doing fabrics and face mask, manufacturing face mask. I was quite surprised. Let's call in the coach of the Magnolia Hotshots, head coach Tito Victorero. Coach Tito, good morning sa'yo.
Hi, good morning Sir Sito. Sa lahat po ng nakikinig, maraming magandang umaga po at nice to see you sir again.
Okay, coach, I don't think maraming nakakaalam na meron ka palang sportswear manufacturing plant, and no, nakita ko lang sa Facebook, napawaw ako eh. Sabi ko, may iba palang sideline itong si coach.
Yes, sir. Actually, nag-start to nung 2002 pa when I was playing sa PBA pa. And then it's about 18 years na siguro to kumbaga gumagawa kami ng mga sports uniforms. Actually, some of the PBA teams ginagawa din namin and some of the NCAA and UAAP schools.
Okay. Now, under this ECQ, hindi ko alam kung saan ka nakatira. Saan bang area of residence mo, Coach?
Actually, nandito po ako ngayon sa kay Pombo, Santa Maria, Bulacan, and medyo yung pong aming shop and plant nandito din po. Dito po kami nag-ooperate. And meron po kaming yung actually ang isang goal po namin talaga is matulungan yung community namin dito kasi isa sa mga pinagkakaabalahan din ng mga tao dito yung sa pananahe. Yan po yung mga trabaho ng mga tao natin dito since nung bata pa ako.
Okay, now, gaano karami ang mga kasama natin dyan sa factory o dyan sa barangay na nagtatrabaho sa pananahe?
Actually po, medyo madami din kami. We're almost 50 na rin. But yung iba-iba yung trabaho. May mga printers, may mga cutters, may mga sewers. So iba-ibang department po sila. And right now, because of the pandemic, because of yung ating na-quarantine po tayo lahat and we need to follow everything dun sa especially yung ginagawa ng government natin. So nag-stop po kami muna ng aming operations. And because nag-isip po kami with yung pong aming big boss, si RSA, talagang sobrang dami po ng tinutulong niya sa atin lahat. And I feel na kailangan po, together with my team, also yung mga players ko, may kanya-kanyang mga projects din sila na tumulong sa ating community. Ako ang na-feel ko na isang bagay ito na para matulungan namin yung aming yung community at the same time makatuloy na i-convert ko muna yung aking sportswear business dito sa paggawa ng mga PPEs and so that I can utilize also yung my resources like yung aking shop, yung aking materials and even the employees para matulungan ko din sila na hindi na nila po
Okay, I think Coach Tito is experiencing some internet issues. Coach, nandiyan ka na ba ulit? Okay, those we're showing photos of the products of Coach. Yes, Coach Tito, medyo lumalayla yung signal natin. Are you back? Ayun, okay. Coach?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, so malaking trabaho ba na i-convert yung factory into a facility producing PPEs and face mask, etc. Kasi iba yung pang-basketball, iba yung pang-hospital.
Yes, sir. But I talked to my cutter and sabi po niya we can do yung mga PPEs na binigay ng mga sample sa amin and nagpagawa po kami ng mga samples sa mga sewers namin. And yun, doon nagsimula and I feel na makakaproduce kami ng kahit papaano na makakatulong sa mga hospitals, lalo na po doon sa mga frontliners natin na ngayon nahihirapan talaga and sila yung mga hero natin na kailangan natin suportahan and I feel yun muna yung ginawa namin. This is parang sinabi ko sa group namin, this is a non-profit projects na kailangan lang namin malampasan lang muna tong crisis na to saka tayo makabalik dun sa normal na ginagawa natin.
Yeah, I really admire your sacrifice katulad ng ginagawa ng lahat ng mga kasama mo sa San Miguel Corporation under Magnolia. Pero may mga nangangantyaw dito, kailan ka daw maglalabas ng merchandise, dala-dala yung mga team numbers, mga team pangalan ng team members kasi kung magiging collector's item lahat yung mga PPE na yan at mga mask na yan, especially kung napirmahan ng mga players mo.
Yeah, we can do that, sir. Especially ngayon nga, yesterday I talked to Mark Pingris also. Actually, magdo-donate na rin siya, nagpagawa na rin siya. And yan, I will try na i-convince talaga yung, kasi yung mga players ko talaga sir, may kanya-kanya din silang mga ginagawa. Like si Paul Lee, si Gio Halalon, mga tumutulong talaga sila sa mga frontliners. So, right now, siguro maganda suggestion yan, sir. And try natin, tingnan natin kung paano natin sila magagawa yung sinasabi mo na ganyan. And of course, malaking kumbaga inspiration yan sa mga frontliners natin pag nakita yung mga pangalan nila nandun sa mga PPEs.
Oo, lalo na kung merong autograph, merong message, malaking bagay. Kasi right now, pati nga yung mga alcohol, ako, nagtatabi na ako kasi sabi ko magiging collector's item to pagkatapos
Yes.
COVID-19.
Opo.
In any case, Coach, kamusta yung mga players mo? Ano nabanggit mo that Mark Pingris, sila Polly, may mga ginagawa sila. Ano exactly ang alam mong ginagawa ng mga bataan mo to help in this battle?
I think si Gio Halalon po, sa nabalitaan ko siya, nagdadala siya ng mga foods sa mga frontliners natin. Sila Mark Pingris, madami din sila mga projects together with yung wife niya si Danica.
Yeah.
Yun yung mga sa frontliners talaga sila kami nakatutok dahil yan yung talagang mga heroes natin na kailangan natin suportahan. Kumbaga yung talagang buhay nila yung nakasalalay dyan eh. So yan po yung isa sa mga tinututukan din namin together with our big boss and together with our boss Al. Si Boss Al din po isa sa mga tumutulong din. So yung pong buong San Miguel group, the Hinebras, the San Miguels, and the Magnolias at tulong-tulong po para malampasan talaga natin tong crisis na to.
Okay, total nabanggit mo na yung ibang mga teams, yung Ginebra, yung San Miguel. What is your feeling regarding professional basketball dito sa Pilipinas? Kasi matagal ang layoff, matagal ang pahinga ninyo, wala. Ewan ko, kayo ba, I'm sure wala kayong mga workout, scrimmage, wala kayong mga team exercises. Baka magtabaan kayong lahat. Kami nagtatabaan na, ewan ko kayo.
Yes, actually kausap ko sila last week, nag-message ako sa mga players ko and continuous naman yung kanilang mga self-exercise, self-training, but of course hindi yan tulad ng ginagawa namin sa court eh. So talagang naka-quarantine din sila, nasa bahay lang sila. So gumagawa, actually bago kami maghiwa-hiwalay, nagbigay ako sa kanila ng mga dapat nilang gawin and dapat nilang sundin para hindi kami mahirapan pagbalik namin. And monitor naman sila ng mga trainers namin and yun lang, medyo sobrang matagal lang talaga tong breaks na to and medyo aabot pa to na siguro na hindi natin alam hanggang April 30 or hopefully sana maayos na natin na magtulong-tulong lang. Kaya yun, nami-miss talaga namin yung basketball kaya lang wala naman tayong magagawa sir. Kailangan natin sumunod pa.
Coach, ayoko maging prophet of doom kasi pero ang katotohanan, maski na ma-lift yung April 30 ban o yung quarantine, alam natin na hindi papayagan ang mass gathering for at least another 30 to 60 days. And wala tayong magagawa. Buhay ang nakataya dyan. But
Yes.
how are your players, their family, and wag na muna natin problemahin yung mga players mo. I'm sure nakapagtabi yung mga yon. Paano yung mga regular na mga tao, mga staff mo, yung mga water boy, yung mga ball boy, yung mga driver, etc. What are we doing to sustain them?
Actually naman Sir Tito, yan ang maganda lang sa San Miguel Group, sa aming boss, Boss Ramon Ang. Talagang hindi niya kami pinababayaan and they always support yung bawat team and talagang tinitingnan kung talagang nakaka-survive kami. And hindi naman kami pababayaan ni Boss Ramon Ang. Nandyan siya lagi para sa amin. And ang gusto nga lang talaga namin is kahit papaano makatulong din kami dun sa outside our team. Kumbaga, yan, tulad niyan, ito po yung lalo na po dito sa amin sa probinsya, sa community namin na nandito ako. And nag-iisip talaga kami kung paano namin matutulungan yung mga tao, lalo na yung mga employees namin. For almost 4 weeks na rin talaga naka-quarantine. And ito yung maganda lang na may mga opportunity na hindi lang yung mga employees ko, pati yung ibang tao dito na pwede nating matulungan. And hopefully, yan din yung mga ginagawa ng aming mga players at ibang teams lang din sa PBA. Kasi kung hindi po tayo talaga magtutulong-tulong, matatagalan at mahihirapan po tayo eh. So kailangan lang talaga sumunod tayo at maging maayos yung pagsunod natin at para mapabilis lahat yung ginagawa ng government natin, ng LGUs natin, ng even the local government, yung mga kapitans na mapabilis yung pagsugpo dito sa virus na to kasi pag tumagal pa to talagang napakaraming mahihirapan po.
Okay, maraming salamat Coach. Yun actually ang mensaheng hinihintay ko manggaling sa'yo dahil sobrang daming pasaway. Siguro yung next round ng mga video messages ng mga player ng lahat ng team, hindi lang ng San Miguel Group, pati sa MVP Group, lahat ng mga players ay gumawa ng message na para yung mga may nunal sa paa, yung mga malilikot, lumagay muna sa bahay at mag-ingat. Maraming salamat, Coach.
Yes, Sir Sito, maraming salamat po at muli po nananawagan po ako sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan na sana po sumunod po tayo para hindi po tayo mahirapan. At nagpapasalamat din po ako sa amin, lalo namin sa big boss namin na talagang sobrang suporta niya sa buong Pilipinas. And together with my family sa Magnolia Hotshots, kay Boss Boss Rene, kay Boss Alvin, sa lahat ng players ko na talagang walang humpay na tumutulong sa pandemic na to sana malampasan po natin. Again, Sir Sito, God bless po sa atin lahat at sana po stay safe po kayo, sir. Maging maganda po sana ang kalabasan ng mga pagtulong natin.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach Tito. Stay strong, stay healthy, and stay safe. God bless all of you. Magandang umaga sa inyo dyan sa Bulacan. Okay, we'll go for a quick break, and when we return, we will call in someone who's been a friend of mine. We did not grow up together; we grew old together. We will bring in the talented and respected John Lesaka after this 2-minute break here on Agenda. Okay, you're back. You're back here on Agenda. Thank you very much for staying with us this morning. And we continue on. We are now on our extended version. Agenda used to be just an hour long. Now we have gone to an hour and a half, and we will carry on as needed. We are all in a war, in a battle, and we all need to serve any way we can. And next up, we have with us a gentleman who has made the name being one of the most accomplished concert violinists in the Philippines. But more than that, he's always had a heart for the Filipino musician, for the music industry. And also, as I mentioned earlier, we did not grow up together, but we grew older together. Allow me to bring in a friend, my friend John Lesaka. Nice to see you again, partner.
Good morning, Tito. Good morning to our viewers. And yes, you're right. We're growing older together, except that I have more white hair now.
Okay, well, the white hair is inevitable, and I think you made the right decision. Kasi alam mo, marami tayong kaibigan ngayon na bibisto na kung sino yung nagtitina ng buhok.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, and then, yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
John.
Ano na tayo eh. We're already on the retirement mode na tayo ngayon. So, life is good.
Yeah, but did you how are you reacting to it? Kasi this last 30 days and another 2 weeks has given many of the people that are in our age group an experience of what retirement is like. Wala kang trabaho, hindi ka ganong makapasyal, and how have you gone through this experience? Medyo natatakot ka ba na ganito ba? Is this what retirement is all about? Or are you used to it?
Not really, not really. We have a lot of things that we can do anyway, even from our household. Sa bahay lang pwede na yan eh. But also, what I miss most is, of course, performing. I'm basically a performer at heart, and
Yeah.
I love live performances. That has been my life and my bread and butter for the past more than 50 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since about 10 years ago, I had been mulling already retirement. And so I had set on an alternative career path, which is basically songwriting, arranging, recording my own music. And aside from that, I just took a break. I'm retiring from my advocacies. There are a lot of advocacies that I had been doing,
Yeah.
like environment. I was chairman of a Haribon Foundation for 4 terms now. And of course, I have set up the Asociación ng Musikong Pilipino Foundation,
Mhm.
which helps the musicians' livelihood, as well as the social security and social welfare concerns. And among others, PhilSCAP and other collective management organizations.
What is the situation like for the members of the industry? Because alam mo, nakikita ng marami yung mga nag-free concert, sila Ogie, sila Martin, Gary Valenciano are doing performances live. But we have heard nothing about what is being done for the ordinary, non-performing members of the industry.
Well, let's start first with the performing members, mga musicians, for example.
Yung mga musikero.
Yeah, hindi musikero, musiko. Ika nga ni Mang Levi Celerio, ang ating national artist. Dahil bilin-bilinan niya sa akin, Jan, please ikalat mo lang. Musiko ang tawag sa atin, hindi musikero.
Okay.
So, the musicians, ang musiko, bugbog sarado ngayon yan. Because kami, my personal experience, we thrive on crowds. We thrive on social contact. Social distancing is really killing us. At alam niyo, yung mga kita, yung mga gigs, yung mga tugtog, yung mga concerts na yan, Eh, wala ngayon yan. So, papaano sila babayaran, for example, no?
Yeah.
So, the musicians are now entirely dependent on the goodwill of everybody else, the paying public. Dahil ang inaasahan lang ng musician ngayon, and thanks to yung mga nagpapatronize ng original products, mga royalties ninyo, yung binabayad ninyo, a certain portion of that na binabayad ninyo sa iTunes, sa Spotify, sa mp3.com, yung mga yan, a very small portion of that goes to royalties, public performance royalties. Eh kung kunyari 1,000,000 na tao kayo dyan na nagbayad ng ₱1 lang, 1,000,000 yan, pero kung kunyari 5,000 kami, ₱200 lang yan. Eh hindi naman araw-araw yung ₱200 na yan. So bagsak talaga ang musician dyan sa
Okay.
ganyung situation.
Yeah, so even worse for those who are not performers, yung mga backups, yung mga soundmen, mga technicals. So halos wala.
Yes, actually lahat ng production people, no. I think, well, swerte lang because of technology, nandiyan ng, for example, television networks as well. We have to rely on technology now, kaya online na tayo. Thank God for technology. Otherwise, we would not be even able to serve our people that way.
But what yung I don't know how to ask this, John. Tagalogin ko na lang, no.
Yeah.
Anong nagawa ng mga performers in terms of going viral or virtual? Kasi yan yung naging discovery ngayon with COVID-19. Companies that went virtual, that went online, are now somehow making up for losses because of social distancing and lockdowns. Sa mga performers pa natin, anong nakikita mong future? What will be the future of performances in the Philippines? Are we all, kasi, di ba, dati, kailangan ko pumunta, pumupunta tayo sa record store para bumili ng CD o ng cassette. Eh ngayon, yung mga bata, online na lang, pumupunta na lang sila sa iTunes or Spotify. But what about performances? Will we eventually become virtual and electronic and kumbaga magbabayad ka na lang para manood?
Yes, I think that is the future of the music industry now, Sito. At saka, bukod doon, about maybe, alam mo, 20 years ago, or even 30 years ago, my former professor, the late Jose Maceda of the UP College of Music, he espoused this idea, which I still arbor up to this day, and that is very applicable online. What is that? Ang concept niya dati, yung ugnayan, many cassette players, mga cassette recorders rather, he would record a series of sounds, individual sounds. Tapos he used 5 radio stations to air this sound, the sound. No? Ngayon, ang idea there was communal. If, for example, one person would bring his radio and play the one music from his cassette, and the other one will come over and bring another radio set and play another song. When you group them all together, that produces the total sound, his total composition. Now that is very applicable online, especially online, because now you can do that. People
Yeah.
all over the world now. My nephew Kim Lesaka, who plays bass, is in Edmonton,
Yeah.
sa Canada, North America, and he can play bass and stream it to me. We can show each other playing. I can play the violin, and then my friends in the States can do the same thing. And all together, because it's a multi-screen format, with, of course, the good understanding of the technical aspects, that's where we're headed for. Those are going to be the concerts these days. It's not going to be, of course, live performances are still fun. It's still different, you know. It gives you the adrenaline, it gives you the kick. But for now, this will become more of honing and perfecting your craft, because especially online and recording, you can never make a mistake. Hindi ka na pwede. It has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. Walang ano yan. So, hindi pwede. So you have to practice, practice, practice. Dahil pag online yan, wala nang ulitan yan. Dahil live performance naman yan.
Well, I personally, alam mo naman, lumaki tayo live sa kanto, live sa park. ang mga concert ni Jan Lesaka, De La Boy at Guerrero. But my question now is, given this option or this choice to do performances from remote locations, and some of your colleagues are doing it now, pampagana, pampalakas loob. Pero are you planning, or is anyone talking about doing a concert for the benefit of the performers? Kasi kayo pinapanood namin, pero no one has thought of paano naman yung mga performers. I saw a video on YouTube of a sportscaster in England, and he was completely out of a job. So, ang ginawa niya, nag-sportscast na lang siya ng mga taong nasa supermarket. Eto na, yung naka-trolley number 1, inunahan na niya si number 2, etc. And people found it so funny. And in the end of both of all his videos, sinasabi lang niya, if you can spare enough for a cup of coffee or a donut, it would be much appreciated. And he said in the video that later on, he discovered that it was helping him survive. Those yung pangkape, pang donut, or whatever is helping him survive. Now, I've always been supportive of musicians and Philippine music, and I think a lot of Filipinos love you guys. What about a concert for the musicians by musicians?
Yeah, why not? That's a very good idea, Sito. Now that you've mentioned it, I'll do something about that. It's a very interesting idea also. And I'm sure all of my other co-performers are more than willing to help out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now John, what do you have to say about all of these online music sessions, yung mga music lesson? Kasi mukhang pati si Kim Atienza was showing his brand new guitar, and that he registered for online guitar lessons. Does this really work, or is it just entertainment again?
Well, in a certain way and a certain level, it works. It will enable you to play Baba Black Sheep on the instrument. You cannot achieve that level if you rely on the online tutorials, mainly because teaching how to play an instrument or teaching music has to be face to face, person to person, as far as I'm concerned, because you need to show examples. You can't show all the examples online on YouTube or whatever. And there are instant changes, instant adaptations to every student. Every student is a different individual, and therefore, I don't really believe that the YouTube tutorials, for example, can treat all the viewers as the same individual, because we're born with different physiques, we're born with different attitude. There's also psychological aspects to it as well. So kailangan talaga face to face.
Okay, well, thanks, John. That about wraps up our talk. But I would really, I will look forward to that concert for musicians, and I hope sana mapanood ko yung performance mo in the very near future.
Alam mo, Sita, thank you also. I'd like also to mention that ngayon kasi, since I'm almost retired, I also have my fraternity, the Alpha Phi Omega fraternity, and we have been donating to a lot of the hospitals, East Avenue Medical Center, Lung Center, NKTI, Philippine Heart Center, Southern Philippines, Mary Mediatrics Hospital in Lipa,
Oh,
Batangas,
salamat.
at saka yung medics in Lipa also. We try our best, the only way we know how, no, through leadership, friendship, and service. But again, yun nga, there's many things that we can do while in the comfort of our home. Ang problema lang talaga is yung mga kunyari payment facilities. We can't really go out, especially as seniors dahil we're most vulnerable. But I exhort everybody, alam niyo nakakatakot dito kasi is the realization that we are the frontliners. Tayo ang namamahala, mga individual, the community, the family. We should take care not to spread the virus. Ang mga doctors, yan ang last line of defense natin. If the doctors, the nurses, and the health workers themselves become patients themselves, then we are in deep trouble. So I
Okay.
wish you all the best. Happy Easter to everybody, to Karen, you, Hannah, and the rest of the Village Park boys. Um, all the musicians, hang in there. Malapit na matapos yan, konting tsaga lang. In the meantime, we can practice, we can hone our talents. Mabuhay ang agenda.
Okay, thank you very much, John. And hindi na kita pakakantahin kasi baka magkabistuhan eh.
Ito na lang, Tito. Ito na lang ang papakita ko sa'yo.
Okay, okay. Ah, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, John Lesaka. You've always been a faithful friend. You look great, and we look forward to watching your performances, bro. God
Mabuhay.
bless you.
God bless you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, the secret is out. Yes. I'm sorry to my executive producer. I didn't really want to impose on John Lesaka because, yes, the secret is out. Today is my 64th birthday. And John Lesaka was supposed to sing the Beatles song that I have been humming for several months, will you still love me? Will you still need me when I'm 64? Uh, yeah, they even flashed it on the screen. In any case, gentlemen, can we please move forward with today's program? Uh, okay, you guys caught me off guard. They even snuck a cake into the house, which they had hoped I would not see. I mean, excuse me, there's only one ref here. What do you expect? But anyway, thank you to the agenda staff, and thank you literally to the hundreds of people who messaged me via Viber, text, and all sorts of online messaging, because we really can't do much nowadays. But in any case, I'll be quite honest. Yesterday was a sad day for me because the son of a dear friend I found out had passed away last Saturday, was cremated last Sunday, and I basically went into a deep funk or the sort of depression yesterday. And this morning, I was debating on what should my disposition be, aside, of course, from being professional as an anchor, as a host. I was wondering, I was struggling in having a positive attitude. But then the Lord reminded me, you are alive, you are healthy, you are secure in your own house, and you're doing a job that you love, talking to people, informing the public, and presenting the news. And I realized that yes, COVID-19 is beating us black and blue, taking away loved ones, detaining us, taking away our freedoms. But at the same time, we are also blessed to have leaders who are looking out for us, protecting us, trying to provide for us. We have communities that are supporting us, families who are checking on us. And yes, I feel so bad. I feel really, we every night we pray for the orphans and widows of the frontliners and the victims of COVID-19. But as they say, life must go on, and it's going to be our attitude that spells the difference. We will need to have the right attitude. And today, while we're not going to have a party, I will continue to celebrate life. And I ask all of you, I invite all of you, no matter how tough the situation is, I believe it was Saint Paul who said, "In all things, give thanks to the Lord." No matter how bad the situation is, still give thanks to the Lord, because you know that He's not going to abandon you. He's not giving up for you. Okay, we will now have our next guest. Before I talk to him, here's a video for this particular gap. Okay. Okay, our next guest is Rickson Ruiz. He is a freelance drummer, and he also teaches drum lesson. Good morning, Rickson.
Good
Welcome to
morning po,
Agenda.
Sir Tito. Happy birthday po. Kamusta
Ay,
po sa lahat ng viewers?
Maraming salamat, Rickson. Now, kamusta ang buhay para sa'yo under COVID-19? And ewan ko, parang, sorry, no offense, man, pero ayokong makadinig ng drummer dito sa bahay ko ngayon.
Okay. Opo.
Diba?
Opo.
How is the situation? Because, okay ang drummer kung meron kang sound room, soundproof,
Tama po.
etc.
Tama
Pero
po,
palagay
tama
ko yung nanay, tatay dyan, mabubuwang pag nag-drum ka all day.
Tama po kayo, tama po. Sa ngayon po, dahil nga naka-lockdown tayo, sa katulad kong musiko po, syempre ang buhay namin nasa gig po. Hindi kami makatugtog ngayon, wala kaming ibang paraan kundi katulad ng ginagawa ko, gumagawa na lang po ako ng ibang activity, katulad ng paggawa ng kanta. So yun po, katulad po dito, katulad sa inyo, bawal din po mag-ingay dito, ayaw rin nila ng maingay, kaya yun po ang ginagawa ko ngayon. At lalo
Okay.
na, Apo,
Yeah. Go ahead.
at lalo na po, para lang makatulong dito sa bahay, yun nga po, kaya ako nakagawa ng kanta sa paglilinis ng bahay po.
Mhm. Well, matanong ko lang, no, gumawa ka na ba ng tutorial? Because now that I'm talking to you, biglang na-realize ko, kung papa-identify mo sa akin ang mga iba-ibang gamit mo as a drummer, at least yung traditional drum set,
Apo.
baka ang makilala ko, ang masasabi ko lang, yung para cymbal ba yun or something.
Opo.
But I don't think many people know the different, di ba may snare drum,
Tama po,
may,
tama po.
may gumawa ka na ba ng tutorial na ganon, teaching people the different drums and the different purposes?
Okay, meron po akong YouTube channel. Doon po, meron po akong tinuturo na kung paano yung drum tuning. Pero sa ngayon, hindi ko po natuturo yung basic o yung drum fundamentals na tinuturo ko ano yung parte na ito, ito yung mga technique, ito yung katulad po nung sinasabi nyo, pag narinig nyo, alam nyo kung anong parte po ng drums. Wala pa po sa ngayon. Pinaplano ko pa lang po.
Okay, now, kamusta naman ang reception itong mga ginagawa mo? Lalo na itong kantang bino mo, you compose a song to urge kids to do household chores, yung maglilinis ako ng bahay. Naging popular ba siya? Is it going viral?
Sa totoo lang po, ginawa ko to para unang-una sa sarili ko po dahil guilty po ako Minsan lang din po ako maglinis ng bahay. Laging si Mrs. So, naiengganyo po ako lagi maglinis pag may naririnig po ako ng music. So naisip ko na gumawa ng music na related sa paglilinis at upbeat music kasi para ma-engganyo nga po ako maglinis. And then, para maging productive din po, frustrated songwriter po kasi ako kaya saka arranger. Para
Okay.
maging productive, sinusubukan ko pong gumawa talaga ng kanta. Plus, dahil pinost ko po ito sa social media, gusto ko maka-apekto po, lalong-lalo na sa mga kagaya ko na minsan lang maglinis, na para magkagana rin po sila maglinis sa bahay. Yun na po, yun yung purpose ng aking music po para sa positive and good vibes po.
Okay. Well, maganda yung ginagawa mo, Rick, and
Salamat po.
I pray that more people will learn from you. Huwag mo kalimutan yung
Thank you po.
suggestion ko kasi marami sa amin ignorante, hindi namin alam
Sige po,
lahat
gagawin ko po yan, sir.
lahat ng pyesa. Thank you very much, Rickson Ruiz, and
Thank
stay
you, sir.
strong, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless you, Rickson.
God bless po. Happy birthday po ulit, Sir Tito. Salamat po na marami.
Maraming salamat, Rickson. Okay, that was Rickson Ruiz, and it's nice to hear men who actually admit that they're guilty of not helping in cleaning the house. I can proudly say that I'm not one of them. I am part of the cleaning crew, and if you watch my Facebook, you will see at least my recent photo where I was scrubbing the roof yesterday. In any case, that's it for today. Thank you once again for viewing Agenda. Thank you for all our guests who gave us very timely, very useful information. But more than that, thank you for all the work they are doing. Before I close, may I encourage everyone, let us pray for our national leaders. Let us set aside our views, our opinions, because God's not interested in our opinion. He is interested in our obedience. Please pray for our leaders, pray for your families, and thank God for everything you have. Thank you for your birthday greetings. I'm Tito Beltran. You have just seen Agenda on One News, and we will be back tomorrow. Thank you.